What's up, guys? I wanted to do this video for quite a while. Today I want to talk about being thirsty. Yes, the thirst is real. Now, what does this mean? It is a current pop culture phrase for expressing desperation and showing it to everyone. When you're thirsty, it means that typically a guy is, not always though, could be a girl, a guy or a girl is showing all this desperation, whether it's because he wants to get laid with the girl, want to hook up with the girl, wants this girl to be his girlfriend, or just wants approval from this girl. It just shows desperation, and that is what being thirsty is. And so when you see a guy who is just being very desperate to hit on a girl when she's clearly not interested, and constantly continuing plowing, that could be the thirst. So here's the whole paradox with being thirsty and approaching and hitting on, or just talking to girls and dating in general. The harder you try, the worse it can get. See, that doesn't happen with a lot of things. The harder you try at any sport, or working out at the gym, or exercising, or reading or studying, typically the better you get. Obviously there's overexhaustion, and you have to sort of practice and organize for that. So again, it's not always true for stuff like sports, but you get the point. And so you have this unique paradox as far as, courtship goes, and it is the most stupid and annoying thing ever, because you can't just go all out. Because if you go all out and you're persistent, or you're trying your best and the girl is not interested, then trying again or being persistent, or doing anything will just worsen the scenario. You just come off as more desperate, which lowers your chances even more. And so this is one of those dilemmas regarding the art of talking and getting good with girls, that really is quite an annoyance. So I would say the biggest thing is realizing it's sort of an art. It's not something where it's a hard-working sort of sport where you just keep going harder and harder and you just get better results. That's not how it works. It's an art where you have to realize sometimes it may be better to just sit back and not try that hard. And again, there are ways of improving yourself that don't show like you're trying harder. So rather than just giving up and completely, you can fuel that energy into another means. Honestly, my humble personal opinion is that I have experienced this in my past, and I still struggle with it. I approach a girl and it doesn't work out. She's not feeling it, she's not interested, and I get a little frustrated, and I realize there's a bunch of stuff I did wrong. So I think about what, I'll try again. And you try again and you keep plowing, and you express a better form of yourself, whether it's because you thought you were stuttering before, or you made a bad impression because of what you said, so you corrected yourself and so forth. And it just makes things worse because she wasn't interested initially, and she expressed that through her body language, and then your constant attempts to keep trying just expresses that thirst, and it makes things much worse. And it's the most annoying thing ever. And sometimes what you can do is you can step back and just channel your energy towards other things, like showing that you're a cool guy that's not thirsty, being interested in other stuff. Tucker Max has a quote that goes along the line of, "My most funnest days I've ever had have not involved girls at all." And he says that most guys are too concerned about the outcome. They put too much importance into an interaction, and they go into certain venues just with that end goal in mind of finding a girl that likes them back. and that's just sometimes preposterous. And another quote from someone, a lot of guys have probably never heard of, Tom Terrell. He says that stories of success are usually quite boring. It's the stories of failure that are interesting. And so you want to have fun. The stories of failure are stories of fun that you can tell back to your friends one day or your grandchildren. And that's what's going to be interesting. Your success story of, oh yeah, I finally met this girl and everything worked perfectly from the initial approach and interaction, and it was just completely smooth. It's such a boring story. Well, it's not boring, but it can be quite stale in comparison to that crazy night out where everything screwed up and you made a fool of yourself, but it was very funny. And so that's just something to keep in mind. It is such an annoyance though, because you can't, in the traditional sense, just keep trying harder and harder and expect better results, because if you keep blowing, the thirst just makes you more thirsty to the girl, more desperate, which confers that you don't have a lot of options and you're kind of lame and you require a girl in your life, which are all off-putting things for the girl, and it all screws up. One thing that I think I love doing is dancing to that song Jump On It by Will Smith, just randomly on random occasions throughout the day, because it's just very entertaining, and it just it reminds me that, hey, have fun in this life, be happy about this life. You don't need all these things that you don't have to have a great time and have fun in your life. You can do it right now, and all you need is this freaking song, Jump On It. And it's a great song. It's very simple. There's like a whole dance that goes along with it. It's like dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. You get the point. Tonto, jump on it, jump on it. All right, I'm sorry. Ba ba. Oh, you get the point though. Kimasawa. All right, sorry. And that's all I really want to say. As always, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And let me know your opinions on this whole topic, because it is true in certain aspects where even with girls talking to guys, if a guy's not interested at all and you keep trying or expressing that you're very interested, it just makes him more and more disinterested. And he's like, wow, this girl is really desperate. She's really trying hard. I already expressed that I'm not interested. It's just not working. You kind of have to peel off. So it's one of those weird things. And as always, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your opinions on that. Leave comments for advice on others on what to do. Should you just move on, find other people, and maybe come back one day if you think you still have a shot? Should you fuel your energy into other means? Maybe move on from that girl, but learn from those rejections so that other girls will not experience the times where you screwed up in your initial approach, and so you can fuel that trying harder in a different way, and therefore negate that paradox. Let me know in the comments below if you want. As always, like, share this video with your friends who you think would enjoy it, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.